Here's a Bible passage for today. 1Corinthians 4, verses 1 through 5. Let a man regard us in this manner as servants of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of God. In this case, moreover, it is required of stewards that one be found trustworthy. But to me it is a very small thing that I may be examined by you or by any human court. In fact, I do not even examine myself. For I am conscious of nothing against myself, yet I am not by this acquitted, but the one who examines me is the Lord. Therefore do not go on passing judgment before the time, but wait until the Lord comes, who will both bring to light the things hidden in the darkness and disclose the motives of men's hearts, and then each man's praise will come to him from God. The Bible talks a lot about judging, so one of Jesus' most famous statements is in Matthew 7, where he says, "Do not judge, so that you will not be judged." Now, at first glance, it seems like we're never supposed to judge anything based on that statement, but Jesus clarifies the context in the next verses 2 and so on. "For in the way you judge, you will be judged, and by your standard of measure it will be measured to you. Why do you look at the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, 'Let me take the speck out of your eye,' and behold, the log is in your own eye? You hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye." Jesus likewise says in John 7:24, "Do not judge according to appearance, but judge with righteous judgment." And Paul, the author of 1 Corinthians, talks in other places about the need to judge sometimes, like chapter 5, verses 12 through 6, verse 3, about church discipline. "For what have I to do with judging outsiders? Do you not judge those who are within the church? But those who are outside, God judges. Remove the wicked man from among yourselves. Does any one of you, when he has a case against his neighbor, dare to go to law before the unrighteous and not before the saints? Or do you not know that the saints will judge the world? If the world is but judged by you, are you not competent to constitute the smallest law courts? Do you not know that we will judge angels? How much more matters of this life?" So, getting back to 1 Corinthians 4, verse 5, what does this all mean? This matches what Jesus taught. Think about Matthew 10:26. Jesus said, "Therefore do not fear them, for there is nothing concealed that will not be revealed, or hidden that will not be known." And in Luke 12, verses 2 and 3, "But there is nothing covered up that will not be revealed, and hidden that will not be known. Accordingly, whatever you have said in the dark will be heard in the light, and what you have whispered in the inner rooms will be proclaimed upon the housetops." So it seems to me that 1 Corinthians 4, verse 5 is emphasizing that we just don't usually know enough about the situation to pass judgment. We can't see people's hearts. This has been encouraging to me recently because I can postpone judgment on a lot of situations with other people in life. If someone says something or holds a view that I disagree with, if I'm not in a situation where I need to correct them, I can just let it slide, because I know that eventually, in the end, everything will be revealed and full judgment will come from God. If there's some terrible injustice that the news media is not covering and that no one in power seems to care about, I can be at peace knowing that God sees it and He will reveal everything in the end and hand out full justice. If someone expresses political views that seem to be very foolish, or views that I disagree with regarding COVID-19 or racism or other issues, it's usually not my responsibility to try to change the other person's mind. For example, there could be two believers in Jesus, one who votes Republican and another who votes Democrat, and this verse is saying that at the end of time, all their motives and secret thoughts and reasons will be revealed, and then each man's praise will come to him from God. As Romans 14:4 says, "Who are you to judge the servant of another? To his own master he stands or falls, and he will stand, for the Lord is able to make him stand." So when God reveals everyone's secret thoughts at the end of the world, He might show, for example, that the Democrat voted because of good, loving, Christ-honoring reasons, and the Republican also voted because of good, loving, Christ-honoring reasons. And both of them could be commended by God despite voting in opposite ways. So this verse has been very encouraging to me lately, and I hope it is encouraging to you also.